Howdy y'all, Matt here, Seattle Speed Shop. We're back from Texas. We are working on an actual car. And I just want to say thanks for all the messages and comments and likes and new subs. And, you know, I got a lot of guys emailing me now with really good questions and just encouragement. And it's really great. And I just want to say thank you for the engagement and watching the channel. So one question that I get asked fairly frequently is about fuel pumps on a Model A. Specifically, do I need one when I put a downdraft carburetor such as a Stromberg 97 on my Model A? So I've been running this for close to a year with a downdraft 97 Stromberg single without a fuel pump. And I really do think you should put a fuel pump on this. Hopefully I can explain why. And at least give you enough information that you can make your own decision. Because it's not a very black and white answer to that. So first off, let's get you loaded up in the truck. We're gonna go for a spin. I'll show you kind of what it does that has me wanting to put a pump on it. And then we'll talk about the solution. Alright, so the main problem we're having is a fuel starving issue. So check this out, we're heading uphill. Do it actually. There it goes. It's starting to starve. Sometimes it'll even backfire, lean backfire through the carburetor. I'm gonna try a steeper hill and hopefully it gives a little bit better indication of the issue. Alright, we're at the bottom of the much steeper hill below my house. I do have 3/4 of a tank of fuel, which the problem doesn't really start showing itself until a half tank, but let's see if we can push it and just get it to do it. It falls on its face. You stop accelerating, it goes lean, you get the pop. Now I can drive this thing pretty much without that being an issue, but if I want to lay into the throttle, we start having problems. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Matt, you can't put a fuel pump on a Model A and still have it be a period correct traditional hot rod. Well, yes you can. All right, so fuel pump. It's gonna have to be electric, obviously. Model A's don't have mechanical pumps. And so when you start kind of looking into that, you know, how do you do that
the traditional way? Well, let me introduce you to the Autopulse 500. This is a vintage electric fuel pump. This one is 6 volts. They do come in 12 volts. And these have a copper bellows. They're rebuildable. But with the copper bellows in them, they're compatible with modern fuels. I have not experienced one of the bellows having an issue, though I am certain that that could become one with age. These are commonly used in Duesenbergs and 356 Porsches. So there are companies that rebuild them. They're really simple. They don't really fail. I think they're cool. I have a bunch of them. A lifetime supply, maybe. Not for sale, so don't message me. Wanting one, you're gonna have to look for yourself. But I do find that they're pretty common. At least more so than you think. So I've been able to verify these as pretty early. So I don't have an exact date, but they're early enough that I do not feel bad about putting one on my truck. So we're gonna need to kind of make a little mounting bracket for it. I'm planning on, let me show you. We're basically going to mount it down here, and then we will run a fuel line down to it and then back up to the carb. Real simple. And I'm hoping that will kind of help with our fuel starvation issue. And as well with rerouting, I'm hoping will kind of keep the fuel from dripping when the car is off. And that way we can leave the fuel on for, a 5-minute run into the auto parts store or stuff like that. I don't like having to open the hood, shut off the fuel every time I stop the vehicle, which I'm sure you can understand. So, I found this kind of scrap piece of metal, and it's going to work perfect for us. So let's get that mounted. And we'll get this thing where it needs to go. And then we can start making some fuel lines. Alrighty, let's get this fuel line off here. Making this. Oh, that's it, we are making this. Making a mess. As I said, we are making a mess. Alright, so we got our favorite tubing bender, and we are making the hose that goes from the pump, or line, not hose, to the carb. So when making stuff, at least for me, it's all about shapes. So I've got this, and I just need to keep wrapping. Just grab this around. Hard to do. Keep wrapping this thing around it. As you can see, a nice curly Q there. I know a lot of people don't like these, especially the big ones. I don't care. I'm just using what I got and making it work, man. Like, I didn't do this for any type of aesthetic reasons other than it's something I had to wrap it around, and it seems to work. So all right, so one. So now we get to go from here up to there and avoid all the linkage. I designed a lot of this with a different carburetor in mind. Man, that might work. A ridiculous monstrosity. Alright, so as you can see, this is kind of ridiculous. It does seem to clear and work. I'm gonna trim that off. I think we'll be good at that point. It's crazy, but it seems to work, so yeah, we'll run with it. Keep an eye on it. Try it. So we need to get it some power. What vintage fuel pump install would be complete without using cloth covered wire? Probably have to find some clips or something to make this all nice and neat and to stay out of our way. But for now, let's just try and get it some power. Alright, we are all set up. Electrical done. And well, there's a few things to know about this. These are self-regulating, so that's why I don't have a regulator. Little Red Express taking off up there. Alright, let's try this. Out a second. That's going to be one of our next videos. Definitely feels like it's doing okay, even though I'm idling in second, basically. More problems.
wonder if it's taking more power. Definitely is pulling the hill better. Haven't experienced a stall yet.
Well, definitely seems to be working a lot better pulling that hill. You know, I drove it for probably about 1,000 miles with no fuel pump and downdraft carburetor. It works. I didn't feel like I couldn't get home. Actually, I was driving it one time, but I was real low on gas, like below a quarter tank. And it was not happy. This will be interesting to see how this does moving forward. So, I'll be honest, I'm not real happy with the curly Q kind of things, but the internet told me you need flex so it doesn't break. I don't know. I might redo it, make it look a little bit neater. It's a little bit steampunky for my taste. But we at least got it working today, which is always the goal, to get it back on the road. Oh, you saw the transmission popping out of gear. That's not good. Probably have to rebuild a transmission here pretty soon. It's kind of a bummer, but we'll figure that out. It's hot. I'm hungry. It's time for lunch. So, I mean, I'll definitely have to do some more testing and keep driving it and see how it performs, but it definitely seems to perform better already just pulling that hill one time. So, I mean, I could get into it hard enough that it'll pop second gear. This is a traditional fuel pump, electric fuel pump, which is almost unheard of. Tell me if you've seen one of these before down in the comments. It's a pretty cool little pump. Like I said, it's regulated at 2 psi, self-regulating, single wire hookup, copper bellows. They're really quite good with modern fuels and everything, so I'm pretty pleased. I'm really excited to kind of at least be making changes, playing with stuff. Now I got some more projects, clean up the lines maybe, or do something different there. Or well, all this was being done for was for the installation of dual carbs. So we got that coming. Definitely gonna have to do something different with the lines for that. We'll figure something out. But all in all, I'm at least happy with it working. It's a work in progress. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. I really appreciate all the messages and people who want to come by the shop. If I can fit you in, I'm more than happy. It's best to check ahead, like a little, like give me some lead time so that I have a chance to see your message and respond, and maybe we can schedule something, because I might be filming or not there. Really hard to say, because I'm all over the place. So anyways, take care. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you next time.